everybody, and welcome to our Big Brother Live Feed breaking news show. Because, oh my God, there's breaking news in the house. And Jon is here with me. Michelle is not here with me. Don't worry, she has not left. She has not gone anywhere. She is coming back. She's just a tidbit under the weather. We love you, Michelle, and she is still blogging a little bit and in her forums a lot, updating, and on Twitter, so you can still keep in touch with Michelle all those ways. She's coming back, I promise.
Get better, Michelle. We love you. Mwah.
We love you. But we have so much to talk about what happened last night. Of course, you guys know later tonight, myself and most likely Michelle will be live tweeting in our Z-Box room, where we also include exclusive videos, vlogs, and prize giveaways like the Big Brother autographs. And Jon will be doing it, right, Jon? West Coast tonight?
Yep. Absolutely.
And tomorrow during the live eviction episode, where we don't know what's happening, but more on that later. So don't forget to join our Z-Box room.
Hey everyone, it's Jon Richardson. Excited to talk about Big Brother. You can follow me on Twitter at ComedyJonah and also join our Z-Box room. Yo.
So, Jon, let's start with what happened kind of the night before. In the bathroom, Spencer is in there with Candice and pretty much says to her, "We need to flip the house to get Amanda out. I really feel like we can do it. I want to keep Howard in this game." Yada, yada, yada. You know, going off on Amanda, saying, "I hope she chokes on her saliva and dies." Although technically, I don't think that's really what he said. I think he said something like, they were talking about move your microphone up or fix your microphone, and he said something like, "I hope it cuts off your windpipe," or I hope you stop breathing. Not that it's any better. Cut to yesterday. In the backyard, things start escalating between Spencer and Amanda when they're left alone together, to the point that Spencer's like, "Shut up, Amanda. I'm not kissing your ass.
Right.
Do what I say. Be quiet, woman. Don't talk. Listen, I'm not kissing your ass. You're running this house. You're full of shit if you think that everybody doesn't realize that you're running this house."
Well, I think, you know what? I mean, looking at all of the posts on all of the Big Brother groups I am on Facebook, looking at what everyone's saying, watching the live feeds, Amanda's controlling the house. I mean, whether she's HOH or not, she takes over the HOH room. She really has her finger on the pulse, and I think, you know what? I'm not like wanting to agree with Spencer so much, but yeah, I think we need to cut the head off the monster. I think, you know, Amanda, if she was a little more under the radar, it'd be like, great game, but I don't think it is. I think she's way over the top. I think she's got a big head, and you know what? When you do that, it kind of means you put a big target on yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely think, I don't know so much that Amanda is running the game. First of all, now I don't want to get like all political, or I don't mean political, I don't know what I mean, but I don't want to get all something about what I'm going to say right now.
Okay.
I just think, I don't get why everybody hates Amanda. Because Amanda's playing the game kind of like how Dan played it, kind of like how Will played it, where she's very direct. She's going to tell you how she's going to vote. She's going to tell you who she's going against. Yes, she's doing a little bit behind the scenes, but she's like a very direct, straightforward player that happens to be a woman. Therefore, she doesn't get the credit that a Will and a Dan got. Instead, right, everybody just hates her. Like, do you see that at all, or am I completely off the mark?
You're not off the mark at all. And you know what? It's really sad that there is a double standard. So, you know, when a man acts like that, you know, it's acceptable. But when a woman does, it's, oh my God, she's a super bitch. We got to get her out. I like Amanda's gameplay. I just think that she needs to be a little more, just should have toned it down a little bit to not have such a big target on her back. Someone like Spencer has a huge ego and is a total douchebag and probably feels threatened by her. And, you know, and that's where that whole fight came about.
Yeah, well, I mean, you should feel threatened by her.
Yeah,
so, you know, nothing really came out of that first, you know, argument between Spencer and Howard. They just kind of went, I mean, Spencer and Amanda, they just kind of went back and forth, and nothing was really resolved other than the whole time Howard just kept saying, I'm not trying to get you out, Amanda. I want Candice out. I'm just trying to keep Howard in this game. Howard just wants to go home. He just kept selling it and selling it and selling it. Literally, I would say for a good hour, the conversation went on. The little argumenty heatedness of it, which I'm sure they will show on tonight's episode, if not definitely tomorrow's. It only lasted like 5 or 10 minutes. Then it was just all of him trying to convince Amanda, I'm not going after you. I want Candice out, and Howard just wants to leave the game.
Well, I understand what's happening in the house. I understand Spencer being threatened and all of that. What I don't understand are the Big Brother fans voting Amanda as the MVP. Well, so not only does the house think that maybe she's got a little bit too much control, but the audience does too. I was shocked. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, two points on that is, number one, I think it ties in a little bit to what I just said, like our viewers seeing her as like too controlling and too whatever because she's a woman doing it. But number two, and Rachel, I keep forgetting people. You know, we're pumping out a lot of shows. I keep forgetting to touch base with Rachel. But I am telling you, Rachel told the Brenchel Army and everyone to go out and vote Amanda as the MVP this week. And I don't get why Rachel put that out there. Because I really feel like Amanda had Alyssa's back. If anything, it's Helen who, when it mattered, was going after Alyssa at that point. Now she seems kind of re-solidified with Alyssa. The target has completely moved off Alyssa, as well as Aaron, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, I mean, I think it has a lot to do with Rachel, and I think it has a lot to do with people just not liking Amanda being a straightforward, in-your-face game player.
Do we ever think that if at Dan's season, if there was an MVP, that he would have ever been nominated for being the type of game player he was?
Do I think America would have voted Dan as MVP? Yeah. I think it depends who he's in there with. I mean, clearly, yes, America loved him last season. I didn't really care for Dan's game last season.
But I'm saying now that America's MVP and they're voting, would they ever vote Dan like they did Amanda this time?
No. Oh, vote him. Okay, I get you now. You mean vote him to be nominated. I'm so confused when we say MVP. Is it the power to nominate? Is it going on the block? No, I don't think America would have ever. I mean, no.
I know. I don't either.
They loved Dan's gameplay. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, so I don't get it. Well, you guys should comment below and let us know what you think of the whole issue with Amanda's gameplay and that sort of topic. But let us cut to... We left off with Spencer swearing for an hour that he wasn't trying to get Amanda out. Cut to yesterday, house meeting.
That Candice called, right? Candice called it.
Yep. Candice called the house meeting. And it was kind of funny because she went over to the pool and Amanda and Aaron are like, we're having fun pool time. And she's like, I want to just have a house meeting. And they're like, we don't want to go out of the pool. We don't want to be part of the house meeting. We said no more house meetings. We're done with house meetings. But eventually, they got out of the pool. And then, Candice got real. What did she call it? Like getting real with Candice? Or I forget what she called it. Something like
that, yeah.
Keeping it real. Keeping it real with Candice. So everyone like kind of trickles in, and they're all sitting around on the couches. And I really wasn't so sure what Candice was going to do, but all of a sudden, she just went in on Spencer. And she told everybody what he said about Amanda the night before in the bathroom. He told the whole entire house Spencer is trying to rally an army to flip the vote to get Amanda out. And she's like, I'm playing it straight. I'm a straight shooter. And if you want to come after me, then you come after me. But I just want it all out there. I just want the truth out there. And yada, yada, yada. And just she blew up the whole entire conversation with Spencer. And basically killed that whole little group that could have been forming to get Amanda out. And I have to say, this is the first time I started getting scared for Andy, because Andy was part of those conversations, as was Judd. So when all of this was going on, Judd remained completely quiet. He was kind of like, the proof is in the pudding. So I don't really get what that's about. And then Andy just said nothing. P.S. While Alyssa was doing her yoga poses. So everyone's having their house meeting, and Alyssa's just like, I can't do it, but you know, she's yoga posing. Batshit crazy. And yeah, insane. So that's like the first little tidbit with Candice calling that house meeting. So, I mean, what did you hear about it, John? What are your thoughts on the Candice part?
I was just hearing that, you know, that Howard and Spencer were really kind of busted in that meeting, especially Spencer, like you just said, was just kind of him trying to rally and get most of the votes and stuff and trying to do a power shift. And, you know, but it really shows, you know, Amanda's just done a really good job with her gameplay. You know, I mean, Alyssa got, you know, Caitlyn to call a house meeting, you know. Candice is feeling all weird. She calls a house meeting, you know. They're kind of doing bidding.
It was Helen. I think Helen was behind Candice calling this house meeting.
Yeah.
Well, now, since you brought up Howard, here's the second part of the house meeting. The second Candice is done talking, then Howard jumps in, and he's kind of like, just send me home. I don't want to be here. If we can't all just be competitors and just go out there and fight and do everything like on the level and honestly, I'm not going to play this backstabbing game. I'm not going to play this lying betrayal game. If we're not playing this game straightforward, then just vote me out because I want no part of it. Blah, 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 blah. To which Amanda was like, Howard, yesterday you said Candice was a cancer to your game and you wanted her out of the house. You've lied to everybody here like 10 times and nobody's believing what you're saying right now. And he just kept trying to spin it like that's not true. No, I didn't. Blah, blah. Whatever. And again, I want to vomit.
How do you play Big Brother straight? Like, can't we just be competitive? Can't we just do this? I'm a straight shooter. What? You have to lie and have alliances. That's what the game is.
That's my point, and that's why I want to vomit the words once again. Aaron is the voice of reason in this, and she's like, it's a game. She was like, this is like poker. In poker, you don't show everybody all your cards. None of us are going to show everybody our cards.
AKA house meeting.
Right. So stupid. I don't get what. Here's the only way a house meeting works. The only way a house meeting works is when there's a completely split house, which sure, there's a kind of a split house, when there's two different sides, and then there's like one or two floaters in the middle that both sides are kind of have friction with. You don't have that this season. So a house meeting isn't going to expose anything because everybody this season just exposes everything anyway, and nobody cares. And P.S. people, you all wanted a season with new people. I didn't. I like when they brought back old people. And this is why I like when they bring back old people.
Good. They're all racist. Let's jump around a little bit because there's some subjects I definitely want to talk about. One of them is Aaron making the moves on Judd.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was more of a joke. I don't know how serious it was. I didn't actually see it. But yeah, I did.
He stayed. She had his arm around him. He realized her arm was around him. He responded back to her, said that if he wins HOH, that she's welcome up there anytime. They asked about Jesse, and he basically shooed Jesse off. And
Aaron doesn't really like Jesse that much, and I think I think it was maybe her just trying to make Jesse jealous. I'm not believing that for a second. Like I said, I didn't watch it, but I'm not believing it for a second.
Well, I mean, I know it's part of probably what her game is, and yeah, it's classic mean girl style to kind of move in on someone that you want to have a showmance with, whatever. But, Judd's kind of responding, and hey, he's a guy, whatever. It's like, get a little first, second base, whatever. I don't even know baseball. Um, so the next thing that I want to talk about too was Amanda kind of confronting Judd and Andy about what Howard said about her.
Yeah, this is interesting. Again, I didn't see it actually happen. I don't think any of us did, because they kept cutting the feeds every single time that Amanda would come back to start talking about it. But Amanda is claiming that Howard was like, I will, here, let's make this.
When I get out of this house, I'm going to fuck the shit out of you.
Okay, I was trying to make it a safe for work episode. But oh well.
Sorry.
Okay. No, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Come on, we're all grown-ups here at Big Brother, right?
Yeah, we are. So yeah, so she was trying to make that into something kind of like the way I got the feeling, and it doesn't seem to have escalated into anything, but during that house meeting, when it came out, when Candice originally said, Spencer said he hopes that you choke on your saliva and die, Amanda kept harping on it. And I was like, I swear to God, Amanda is going to go to production and say she doesn't feel safe with Howard in this, with Spencer in this house, and try and get him removed from the game. Because they've all said stuff like that. Even Amanda has said to Helen, like, I'm going to split your throat and, like, make you choke on your tongue or something. So I thought it was very interesting that she was harping on it. And I was like, wow, is that what she's going to do? Is she going to try and use this to get him a penalty nomination? Or, I don't know. None of us really know what is going on to answer your question with this whole Howard saying he wants to F her outside of the house. And
well, this is how it was how I read it. When you get out of the house, I'm going to fuck the shit out of you, to Judd and Andy. Judd says, oh my gosh, what? And Andy says, I'm jealous.
Yeah. Well, of course Andy would.
Come on, gays. Let's not be stereotypical. It's funny though. It's funny.
No, it is it is funny. I don't know what to make of it. I don't think we'll ever hear anything about it. I don't think we're going to hear anything about it. There was also, speaking of, if Amanda was trying to get some penalty nominations or something to happen to Spencer, there was also a big Twitter scare the other morning yesterday morning, because Gina Marie woke up, went to the fridge, does exactly what I do, opens the bottle of what everybody thought was Sprite, chugs it down, puts the cap back in, and puts it in the fridge, while she's a have-not and is not allowed to have it. However, before we all freak out, it apparently turns out that it was salsa water, which she is allowed to have. So, crisis averted, Internet. P.S. If they didn't care that Jeremy and Aaron cheated to win that HOH, shown on camera and admitted it to each other, I really don't think they're going to care about Gina Marie having a swig of Sprite, if that's what she did. Just saying. So what? Do you have any other questions?
No, I mean, there was a little conversation with Gina Marie and Aaron talking about, they were in the hammock talking about Candice being on the Tyra Banks show because she was engaged and then never got married and blah, blah, blah. And then Gina Marie was saying, but she had it all removed from the internet. Is that possible? Look, I'm talking like Gina Marie. Internet. Is that possible? Gina Marie, I swear. And then she's got more racist remarks out there talking about, I guess I should bleep myself. I don't know.
Well, no worries, John. I know exactly what you're talking about, and they will, spoiler alert, be in the opening of the Big Brother reality check show this Friday. They will be my opening mashup. I already have it done, so you will get to see them. So here's how everything ended up last night after this Spencer-Amanda fight, and then the house meeting, and then the Howard. Apparently, as I said, Target, like, people are like, Alyssa who, Aaron who, the targets on their back have been completely shrunk down. Everybody seems mad at Candice for this house meeting, which I don't really understand why. And the group of Andy, Aaron, Gina Marie, and Spencer and Howard, but Howard doesn't have a vote, so just Gina Marie, Spencer, Aaron, and Andy are now saying not to get Amanda out, but to flip it and to get Candice out. Which makes no sense to me again. It's all because Aaron wants Candice out because I hate her and I never got along with her and it's my HOH and I should get to say who gets to go and I want Candice to go. I don't want Howard to go. Well, I'm sure production wants Howard to go since he's not really being a team player and is publicly saying, I just want to play this game straight. I don't want any of the behind-the-scenes things happening, which we all know is not really that true, but he's saying it. Candice is, calling house meetings, giving drama. I'm going to say production is going to want Candice over Howard. So, we don't know. Bottom line is, we don't know what is going to happen going into tomorrow's night live eviction, which I will also say is going to be an endurance competition. So if you have not gotten the live feeds yet, now is a wonderful time to get them. You can get them in the links below this video so that right when the show ends on Thursday night, you can jump right to the live feeds and watch with us. Of course, we'll be chatting with you in our Z-Box room, but then we can be chatting with you while we are all watching the live feeds together, too. It will be lots of fun. So, yeah, it's going to be endurance, and we don't know what's going to happen. I feel like every single week, we have really not known who's going to go. And to Big Brother's casting this, season, to their credit, kudos on that. I feel like for the past few seasons, we have known every single Thursday night who was going. And this season, we have no idea. We have no idea who's going each Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah. So, that's it.
That's it.
That is it for our live feed show for this day. I was going to say this week, but we're doing like 3 of these a week, 4 of them a week. So I'm sure we'll be back tomorrow when the next house meeting happens. So brilliant. All right, go ahead and do your outro then, John.
Hey everyone, it's John Richardson.
No! People. Can anybody hypnotize John? Public service announcement. John keeps saying hello in his outro, even though he's already met you and talked to you. If anybody can do some little voodoo-y waves to send to John so that he knows he's saying goodbye in an outro, I would appreciate it. Okay, back to you, John.
Bye, everyone. It's John Richardson. Follow me at Comedy Jonah on Twitter and join me tonight in our Z-Box room for Big Brother.
For the West Coast. John will be on the West Coast.
For the West Coast.
You're going to be on the East Coast too?
No, but you are.
Oh, yes. Myself and Michelle will be on the East Coast. John will be on the West Coast, so make sure you click on the links below and join our Z-Box room.
Join now and just be ready.
Yeah, just join now and get it over with.
Watch this show.
We're giving away autographs, and we're giving away a free feed subscription next week.
Ooh.
So, just saying, we're also going to have a Big Brother alum in our Z-Box room next week. Surprise, can't tell you who it is, but they'll be chatting live next week with us during one of the shows. All right. Bye, everybody, for now. We will see you guys all tonight in the Z-Box room. Bye.
Bye.
And tomorrow. Bye.
And tomorrow. Bye.